Actually, before we get started, I'm going to ask all of you if you'll get a piece of paper and a pen and just grab that before I begin. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So this week we bring you the third remembrance, that you, me, all of us are going to die. Yep, it's true. Knowing this, knowing this, may we consider deeply how we are living our life in the here now. That's the wish. May we consider deeply how we are living our life in the here now. So thinking about death and considering what felt important to say, I'd like to talk about legacy. Not about how you divvy up belongings and property and inheritance, not that. I'm talking about more of an intimate question. How do you want to be remembered? What qualities would you like to be known for? This is deeply personal. Had I posed this question to my father, well, I suspect good provider would have been high on his list. I would have answered these kinds of questions very differently in my 20s, in my 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And I'll keep you posted when I get to 70s, but we're in 60s now. Right? But we will answer these questions differently as we move along, the timeline. To reflect on our legacy is to reflect on what we are leaving behind in our wake, what we are gifting back into the world. Well, that's right. In fact, the original meaning of legacy was simply a gift left by someone who died for those still living. Imagine for a moment, just imagine this. Imagine you've just died and your family and friends have gathered at your memorial service and they're celebrating the ways in which you inspired them. What are they saying? What stands out in their minds and hearts? Your relentless pursuit of dreams, your kindness, your compassion, your patience, generosity, your sense of humor, your courage. I don't know what. What are they talking about? Every one of us is leaving a unique mark on this world. We're leaving a mark right now as we sit here. This has the mark of goodwill. And lucky for us that we have some way to think about the kind of mark we're leaving, that we have time to think about the kind of mark we're leaving right now. Some folks may never even be aware enough to consider their impact on those around them. We have the opportunity to do otherwise. The benefits of asking ourselves how we want to be remembered are that it invites us to recognize our own agency, that we have choice about how we move through our life. Now, simultaneously, it naturally turns our attention outward to others, to our impact. with those we love, with strangers, with all the people that intersect our lives. How will we be remembered? Well, it also beneficially brings us squarely into the present moment. Are we living our lives in the way we want to be remembered? Or are there a few things we'd like to change? Again, simultaneously, this question clarifies direction. So it not just brings us into the present moment, it's clarifying direction. It helps us recognize what matters most and what we wish to embody in real time. And of course, those priorities will change throughout our lives. Of course they will. To consider legacy, we are by necessity invited into an honest appraisal of who we are today, of what we're currently expressing, and then to discern what deserves our attention going forward. This honest appraisal is not done by you, not with your self-critical narratives. No. As always, we practice seeing ourselves through the eyes of a wise and loving friend, with kindness, without judgment, without commentary, unbiased. So I'd like to invite us to do that now. A little honest appraisal, just in the privacy of your minds and hearts. So if you will, just settle back a little bit and just take a few breaths, and maybe have your pen and paper nearby. And gently soften the gaze, soften the attitude, as if you were looking and feeling through the eyes of a wise and dear friend. And just take the next few moments, and if you will, write down several adjectives that describe you. Don't censor yourself. All of us have qualities that we'll put out on, that will be on that list that we'd rather not see, but there they are. That's part of being human. It's helpful to acknowledge the whole of who we are. So if you're frequently impatient, and impatience is what pops into your head, write that on the list, because impatience is just one of the pieces that goes there. If anger is one of the things, well, put that on the list, no problem. We're complex cats, as Bill Morgan likes to say. The beautiful and the unbeautiful qualities that make us us, they simply sit on the same page, side by side. What adjectives describe you? Of course, this is an incomplete list, but you get a taste here. So, all right, once you have a few, just take another breath. Just put the pen down for a sec, take another breath. And then look at the list. What qualities do you want to be remembered by? I imagine each of you already know the qualities that in some way you value and you wish to be known by. Circle them. Circle three. Three that stand out. And once you have them, I want you to gently just take your time and say them to yourself a couple times, 3 times. See if they ring true. See if they feel like those would be good qualities to keep orienting around. Those are the ones I'd like to be remembered by. See if they ring true. These can be guiding stars that can help us navigate our day-to-day life. All right, you can put the pen down now. So how do we want to be remembered? It's not a selfish question. It is a deeply personal one. And it's one that can shape how we choose to live today by bringing awareness to the impact our presence has in the world. What a beautiful thing. And what a beautiful thing to consider the mark we leave in the world, the kind of residue we leave behind in our wake, the residue that we leave in other people's hearts and in their minds, how we've made them feel. So again, how do you want to be remembered? What are the qualities that you want to be remembered by or for? May we live the legacy that we hope to leave behind. This is for our welfare and for the welfare of all the beings that we encounter. Thank you for your kind attention. All right, my dears, let's open it up. Let's take these kind eyes and give these bodies the attention that they deserve and need in this present moment. Let's open them up. Let's make room with breath and movement. Moving them with consideration for the aches and the pains and the tweakiness. What if we saw every practice session as a chance to unwind from some of the tension we've collected? So maybe if it feels helpful, close the eyes, let go of the outside world and bring the attention inside. And from the inside, feel the whole body sitting here. And keep softening and inviting the body to settle down onto the ground and let go of whatever tension it can let go of. And tune into the rhythm of that breath, moving in and out. Softening and massaging from within. And let's soften the attitude. As if the eyes, the hands, the heart, the mind were lovingly gazing at whatever's happening. Now bring to mind those three qualities that you want to be remembered by. Say them out loud to yourself right now. How might, in this very sitting, those qualities be inhabited? Inhale, opening up. Exhaling, soften and settle all the way down onto the ground. Then float those three words one more time through the mind. And with the next exhalation, can you settle back a little bit more? Let go of the instruction and just feel into being here in a body breathing. Aware, alive, able to attend and attune. So let's soften our hearts into the field of all of us sitting here, alone together, making room for ourselves and each other. The gift of that. Thank you all. Stop the recording, give you permission to unmute. We can have our goodbyes for the day.